Hi, welcome to automation-testing.in. In this video, we will see Selenium WebDriver real-time example 4. As part of that, we are handling pagination in Selenium WebDriver method 2. In method 1, we already seen in our previous video, we handled the pagination using for loop. But there, we found some issues that it may not handle all kind of paginations that we'll see. But as part of this, the topics which we are going to take is, we'll take a sample manual test case, we'll try to understand that, and we'll see the automation feasibility. Then we'll try to automate the test case, and we'll try to execute the script multiple times to check the consistency. So what is the test case we are going to take? Open the Chrome browser, visit this URL, and in the web you'll find a web table there. You capture all the names and print all the names, then compare the count showing in the web table with the captured names count. So this is my simple test case. So when you go to that web page, this is the web page and this is the web table. So in this web table, I have 6 pages, and for each and every page, I need to go to that each and every page. I need to capture these names, and I need to print all the names, and I need to find how many pages are there, and I need to compare that count with this here, showing 1 to 10 of 57 entries, whether all the names are 57 or not. That I need to compare with this text. Okay, so for that I need to click each and every page, and I need to capture all the names. So for that, in our previous video, we have seen that using for loop. Okay, that I'll provide, that link I'll provide in the description for your reference. But with the for loop, we already seen that what is the issue. When you visit that and when you watch that video, you'll come to know that what is the issue. And we'll have a different types of paginations. So for each and every pagination, if it is simply something like this, you see that 1 to 5 and the next button, and here 1 to 5 next last. If it is 1 to 5 and this kind of, then for loop will work. But when you have something like this, you don't know how many pages are there, and it will display only some of the pages. When you keep clicking, it will show the remaining pages. So the for loop will fail in this kind of scenario. So for that, we need to use one very unique logic that should work with any kind of pagination. So that we will see in this video. So now go to Eclipse, and I just created one class called handling pagination demo. So you see that handling pagination using for loop. So this is what we have seen in the previous video. So here I'll take public void handling pagination, and I'll make it as test method. So test. So inside this, I'll use WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver dot setup to launch the Chrome browser. So WebDriver driver is equals to new Chrome driver, and then driver dot get. I'll go to this particular URL. I'll capture this. Okay. So now what the logic? Okay. First, we need to find all the names. How you'll find all the names? Inspect. So it is inside this table. The table is example. So hash. Inside that you have T body. Inside the T body you have TRs. So you have 10 TRs. Inside that TD colon nth child of 1. So it will give me, this locator will give all the 10 names. Okay, by using this locator, then it will give me list of web elements, right? So list of web element, and names elements is equals to driver dot find elements by dot CSS selector. We need to provide the CSS selector. So it will give me all the names. So I need to import this list from java.util, and the same way web element from the Selenium. Okay, so when you capture, you want to store somewhere, right? So for that I'll take another list, empty list, that is called names, is called, I'll initialize new array list and close. Okay, so whatever I capture here, I'll store in this list. So here, what is the problem is, if you take for loop, you need to find how many pages are there. 6 pages. So after taking this, you need to use for loop one by one. But if I have more than 10, 50, and every page is not displaying here, once you click, then only it will display. So that time, what we can do, I'll keep click on next until it reaches the last page. Click, 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 and it will reach the last page. So after reaching the last page, I cannot click. You see that it is not clickable. When you go to the previous, you see that it is clickable. But once you reach the first page, it is not clickable. And the same way, when you reach 6th page, it is not clickable. So sometimes it is clickable, sometimes it is not clickable, as this is HTML. To show the difference, there will be definitely some change in the HTML. First you need to find that. Okay, so first I'll try to inspect when that is in the 5th page, so not in the last page. You see that a class is called pagination button next. Okay, and you have an ID also, example next. But you observe the class here, when you go to the 6th page and when you try to inspect the same next, you see that previously pagination button next is there. Now they added one more class called disabled. So this behavior will help us. So this kind of behavior will help us. So when it is in the last page, the class name is becoming disabled. Okay, so we'll use this logic to build our pagination logic. So when it is in the last page, it is having the disabled class. So now what I'll do, but here one more thing we need to remember is, when you visit this page, first before clicking on next, okay, before keep clicking on next, first I need to capture all the names. Okay, first I need to capture all the names, add it to your list, then you start clicking on this, click, capture, click, capture, click, capture, click, capture, click, capture. So once it reaches the last page, means when it becomes disabled, you stop your clicking on the next page. That is our logic. So how you will construct that? For that, first we capture the names, we initialize one empty list. First we'll add all the names to this empty list. So for that I'll use for each, and this is web element, and these names for each and every element you capture. Okay, what I'll do, names dot add of names element dot get text. That's it. What I'm doing, I am looping through all the elements which are there in the list one by one, and I'm getting the text of that particular element and I'm storing into this empty list, this names. So names dot add, how you will add a name to element to list? Using add method. Names dot add this particular element, names element dot get text. So now this list will contain the first page 10 names, only first page 10 names, right? So after that we'll keep clicking on the next button. Otherwise, if you click the first time next button, you will lose your first page names. So that is the reason, first capture the first page names, then keep clicking on the next until it reaches last page. How you'll come to know that last page? Once you reach the last page, the next button will become disabled. So to show the difference, they are adding disabled class to this particular element. So now what I'll do, I'll use the first I'll find this class name of the particular name. Okay. So how you'll do that? First find this element. This element is example next. Okay. So first I'll try to find string next button class is equals to driver dot find element by dot id. I'll provide the id here, and this is class attribute, right? So I'll use the dot get attribute, and that is class attribute. Now I got this class pagination next, and if you have disabled, that will also come. So I'll write a logic here, while loop, while your next button, I'll say class name, next button class name dot contains, as this is a string, right? So disabled, right? When you are in the last page, you see disabled. Okay. If the class I'm writing, it is disabled. When you put exclamatory mark, negation of, this means while this next button class name not contains disabled. If it is not contains disabled, keep click on this button. Means next button. Where is this? Next button. Until it reaches having disabled in the class. Right. First time what will happen? Okay, first we'll write the logic, then we'll understand. So once you are verifying that next button class name should not contain disabled. If it is not containing disabled in the class name attribute, then click on the next button. What is the next button? We already found this one, right? Using till here. Next button dot click. Okay. Once you click, what you need to do? We need to find the names element again. You find the names element again. Once you find all the names in the second page, means once you click on the next page, it will find all the names on that next page. And the same way what it will do, it will use the same for loop and it will add the names to that list. Okay. So it added the next page things. Once you capture all the names adding to the list, I'll click on the next page. This is in the first page. I'll click on the next page and I'll capture all the elements on the second page and convert to string, add it to the list. Now again, I will try to find the class of this next button. Okay. How you do this one? Same thing. Using the attribute. Again I'm finding. Okay. So now what it will do? First it will found the class name here. It will verify the class name contains disabled, not contains disabled. Yes. For the first time when it is here, when you've captured the next page, means next button class name, it is not having disabled in it. So then it will go inside the while loop, click on the next. So once it click on the next, it will go to the second page and it will capture all the elements and it will convert to the string and it will add to the list. Then again what it will do when it is in second page, it will try to find the class name. It captured again the class name. When it is in the second page, still the class name is paginate button next. So it is not having disabled. So again it will go inside this loop and it will click on the next. So it will go to the third page. Same logic. Again class name. It is not having disabled. Click on the fourth, fifth, sixth. When it reaches sixth page, it will capture all the elements and it will add the string to this list. Again it will find the class name. When it is in the 6th page, the class name is disabled. So next button class name dot contains disabled. Yes, it is disabled. So this while loop is false. Right. I'm checking the negation of that, opposite of that. So here next button dot contains disabled. Yes, true. True negation, false. While false, you come out of this loop. So now what happened? It's keep clicking on the next button until it reaches last page. How you come to know that it is last page? When it reaches last page, the class name becoming disabled. So with this logic, if you have 100 pages, 30 pages, 1 lakh pages, it will keep click on that until it reaches last page. Once it is reaches last page, the button is containing disabled class. Right, this is important logic. So we are done. After that, what we need to do, we'll just try to print the names. How you'll print the names? I'll use for each loop string names, right? I'll take the name and here s out simply name. I'll print all the names. So in the list I have 57 names. I'm taking one by one and I'm printing. So once that is done, I need to find the size. Right, I need to find the size. S out how I'll get the size? Int total names is equals to names dot size. So I'll print that total number of names. I'll append this total names. Okay, and I got total names. I'm printing. The same way, one more verification we have. I need to capture this 57 and I need to compare. Right, so here the exact element is having showing 51 to 57 of 57 entries. Okay, so inside that I need to capture this 57. I have ID example info. Once you get the string of that, I will split with spaces as a big string, right? Spaces. Once it is becoming once you split with spaces, it will become string array. In the string array I need this 57. That 57 is 0 1 2 3 4 5. In the 5th index I have 57. So what I'll do, example info, how I captured here, I said displayed count. Okay, same logic, right? String displayed count is equal to driver dot find element by dot CSS selector. Sorry, I'll give ID as I have ID, and then split as it is. Sorry, first we need to get the text, that particular web element, then it is you can split with what? With the space. Once you find that, I need to find the 5th index of that. Now I got 57. Right, once I get the 57, I am printing that. So I'll just copy paste this. I'm just printing the displayed count. Okay, here printing the size of all the names. Here I'm printing the whatever I captured from the web page, 57 displayed count. After that, I need to verify both are 57 or not. For that assert, I'm taking assert from the test-ng dot assert equals, but here I need to compare this total names with displayed count, but this is integer, this is string. So what I'll do, I'll convert this integer to string. So string dot value of, I'm converting integer to string. Now both are strings. 57, 57. So if it is 57, 57, it will pass, otherwise it will fail. So I'll just give a sleep, thread dot sleep, 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, I'll close the browser, driver dot quit. Okay, first we'll execute this whether it is working fine or not, and we'll explain the logic again. Run as test-ng, test. You see that it's clicking and it is done, and it will wait for 5 seconds and close the browser, and you see that no failures. And when you go to the console, you see that it is printing all the 57 names from each and every page. After that, total number of names 57, total number of displayed names count 57, and it asserted both are 57. That is the reason there is no failure. Okay, so now we'll explain the logic again. Once you visit this page, I don't know how many pages are there here. Now at present I have 6. Tomorrow there may be 10, there may be 2, there may be 100. I don't know. If any number of pages, my logic should be very unique. So here, what is the condition? So any pages are there, you don't bother about that. You just keep clicking on the next button. So then it will go to one by one page. So click on that page, capture all the elements and add it to our list and print. So, but how many times I need to click this next? So for that, we need to find this element. So when you inspect this one, when it goes to the last page, so it is becoming disabled. For that, they are adding one class called disabled to this class. So by using this disabled class, we are building our logic. Okay. So here we need to remember one thing, that before clicking the next button, we need to capture the elements first page. On the first page, means first page elements first we need to capture. After that, find the class name. If the class name is not having disabled, that is the reason I mentioned negation symbol, exclamatory symbol. If it is not having disabled, then click on the next button. If it is not having the disabled, means the next button is clickable. Just click on that next button, capture the elements and add it to the list. And again, after clicking that second page, means next button, for each and every click, you capture the class name again. If again the class name is not disabled, click and again. So until you reach last page. Once you reach last page, again you get the class name. That time you will have disabled. So it is containing the disabled. My while loop is becoming false. So once it is becoming false, it is coming out of the while loop. Means it is keep clicking on the next button until it reaches last page. Once it reaches last page, the class name it is becoming disabled. So when it is disabled, my while loop is becoming false. So when it is becoming false, it is coming out of that loop. Once it is coming out of the loop, I have all the elements with this list. So I am just printing and counting and asserting. This is very simple. The important logic is this one, from here to here. Okay. This is how you can handle the pagination, and this logic is very unique. If you have n number of pages, the logic will never fail. But according to your pagination, how they built HTML, that will change here. The IDs may change, CSS may change, the class name may be changed, something like that. You need to act accordingly how your HTML is built. Okay. But according to this page, what we are saying, this is the logic. So in our previous video, I have shown for using for loop. This is a bit simple when you compare to this, but this logic is not unique. The reason is, we already seen that if the pagination is very different, something like this. This time I don't know how many pages are there. So that time the for loop may fail. So to understand that, please watch this video also. That is Selenium WebDriver real-time example 3. This is real-time example 4. So I'll provide the link to this video in the description. So if you watch that video also, you will have how many ways you can handle the pagination and what is the advantage when you go with that logic, when you go with this logic. Okay, with the for loop with the while loop. Okay, so we're done with everything. We have written the logic, but execute script multiple times to check the consistency. To check the consistency, we'll try to execute one more time. We'll see whether it is passing this time also or not. So it opened the Chrome browser, navigating to that URL. So it keep clicking on the next button. So it's done. Wait for 5 seconds and then close the browser, and you see that there is no failures, and you see that it captured all the names 57, 57. Assertion is passed. That is the reason there is no failures. So it is working fine, perfectly it is working. Okay, that's all in this video, and thank you for watching this video. Please like us on our Facebook page, and don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for further and interesting updates. Thank you.